Now let's take a look at what problem Jonathan came to us with. Jonathan came to us with the problem that appeared to be marketing related, which would hopefully drive to sales growth in the future. As you can imagine, there are a few big players in the consulting industry that hold about 50% of the total available market, while the other remainder of the market is held by tiny players. As part of this initial discovery, we looked at internal and external factors that could be present for Bridge 3. Because Bridge 3 is a small boutique firm, we believed that a SWOT analysis was sufficient for his needs. Internally, we can look at strengths and weaknesses of the firm. Some of the strengths that Bridge 3 has are its breadth and depth of skill base. As previously mentioned, Jonathan has several certifications to provide him with the skills needed to support many potential clients. Team Catalyst believes that his 2 master's degrees, his upcoming PhD commencement, will provide him with the potential for a great future. We also believe that because Jonathan presents himself as someone with a growth mindset, he will continue education and develop additional skills as the consulting landscape changes externally. Second, Jonathan's leadership skill set originates from his time in the Army, in which his work was in an extremely stressful environment. While many of us feel like we're in a life or death situation making our way through changes at work, Jonathan truly was and is a strong leader because of that. He can provide insight on stress at the workplace that many of us could not even begin to relate to. Third, he has great interpersonal skills and can develop relationships with his coaching. Finally, Jonathan is passionate about what he does, which will help him win in the long run. Now for his weaknesses. We believe that Jonathan's major weakness is associated with his limited employee base. Being a one-stop shop makes it hard to expand. This can definitely be a hindrance to his future growth as he can only do so many consultant engagements on his own. In addition, we believe that Jonathan may need additional growth in networking skills and may need to potentially refine his communication skills as well. In additional interviews, we learned that he was aware that at times he led with his academic-based skill set, which could potentially throw potential clients off. We believe that Jonathan may need to hone in on a specific way to present himself that will draw people in further. Now let's move on to external factors. We believe that there are several opportunities to take advantage of. First is new industries. As new industries develop, there will be additional startups entering the market. Right now, some of these include major growth in healthcare, fintech, robotics, and AI. He can use his skill set to help these new firms develop their leaders and teams and become successful organizations. Many companies focus on the development of their staff and have a percentage of budget allocated to develop leaders. We believe that this trend will continue and Bridge 3 will be able to capitalize on this and grow its client and therefore revenue along with this development. Finally, there are strategic partnerships. While Bridge 3 is a small boutique firm, it has and can continue to create partnerships to further its sales growth. Some examples include partnerships with other consulting firms, providing a revenue share to help continue to drive complementary business for both firms. We can also look at partnerships with large client organizations that may need his skill set in several capacities. This could drive repeat business and eventually lead to a continuous revenue stream for Bridge 3. Finally, let's take a look at some external threats that exist. First are large competitors. Bridge 3 is a small firm, and it could be an acquisition target for other consulting firms. In addition, being small can make it rough to take market share away from the big players in the industry. Next, consulting is a volatile market. When an economic slowdown occurs, corporations tend to spend less on consulting engagements and retain and retrain their employee base to support similar needs. Finally, is Bridge 3 ready for change? Although we did not require Jonathan to take the change readiness survey, we did ask several questions around change readiness and determined that Bridge 3 is ready for changes to support its future growth. Next up is Cody, who will provide information on our data discovery with Bridge 3 and other consultants as well.